The video that we're making today absolutely blows my previous video out of the water. You see, my previous video was 3 hours and 20 minutes long, and it was a very deep dive into how to evolve and upgrade your tech stack when you're building advanced AI agents for yourself or building them for clients. Now, the purpose of this video is completely different. First of all, we're going to test the new GPT-5 model, which is absolutely insane. Secondly, that entire agent that took us more than 3 hours to build in the previous video, we're going to have up and running in less than 15 minutes. And thirdly, I'm going to show you how to build a meta agent that analyzes the conversations of your GPT-5 voice agent, A/B tests them, and then actually improves itself in different components: spelling, personality, tool use, and human-like conversational generation. Honestly, if you want to be a top player in this space, this is definitely the video to watch. I'm incredibly excited about this. I don't want to make this intro any longer than it has to be. So without further ado, let's just get into it. Right, so let's get straight into building. There's a few things that we're going to need in order to build this agent with ChatGPT-5. In my last video, it took around 3 hours to build that agent that can pick up the phone, can answer questions, can search things on the web, can do a great analysis report, all of those things. If you're curious about that, you should definitely watch my last video. The main purpose of that video was to give you a beginner's guide to a more advanced tech stack. So building with Vapi, but then not Make.com and Airtable, but Supabase and N8N, which you can host yourself. But the purpose of this video is, of course, to explore ChatGPT-5 and its capability when combined with voice agents. So what we're going to do is, instead of building that entire thing out again, and also instead of just jumping straight in and having viewers who have not watched that video give them no clue about what we've actually built, I'm going to give you an instant agent setup to do everything we did in our last video, which took around 3 hours, in just a few minutes. So I've done this one time before in Make.com, but with N8N it's even easier. What we're going to do is, the only thing you're going to need is go to members.flereo.com. It's our members community. You should definitely join that. We're at over 2,000 members right now. And the Discord community is a bit lower than that, but the platform itself is around 2,000 members, which I'm really proud of. I think that's great. And it has everything you need. So again, if you want to work with us, find this page, work with us. We have a form here. It asks all of the questions that we need in order to draft you up a proposal and to let you know how we can work together on your project, or if you want to white label our services, if that's possible as well. So if you're curious about that, visit this page, and then we might do something together. If you want to get familiar with our Discord, just click this page right here. You can join our Discord and have a conversation with the great people in there. Of course, if you want to get yourself known or get familiar with the people in the community, you can go to the Showcase tab or the Feature tab. These are some people who have joined the community and also made their profile public. And of course, you can reach out to these people if some of their speciality or their expertise matches with what you're looking for. So yeah, software is a bit slow right now, it seems, but oh yeah, it works quite well. So here are some of the people who made their account on the member community, and here you can filter on the skills that you need, like AI chatbots or a language, or type something in order to find them. And of course, you can edit your own profile as well. So this is a profile that's offline. If you want to make your profile online, you have to edit it, put it on public, and then it works. All right, so this was my latest, my last video, which took a bit more than 3 hours. By far my longest video thus far. But what we're going to do is, right now, since you're watching this video, I will have already added the newest resource. I don't even know what the thumbnail is going to look like, but it's going to be one extra, and that's the one you're going to click. And then you're going to have to download this template. So as you can see, that this one, I haven't uploaded this one because I'm recording it right now. But if you look at this one, I added a template that you can download, and then upload into your NA10. But yeah, my latest video, so this video is going to look a bit different. So you're going to have to click that and then download that JSON file. And it's going to look like this. Right, so this is the file you're going to download, and this is the only file you're going to need for this video. It contains all of the documentation and all of the templates. I'll show you what that looks like right now. So what we're going to do is not build everything from the ground up. We're going to use API calls in order to set this all up instantly. And I'm also going to show you that you only need to add your credentials and set up your accounts in order to make it work. So that's what I'm going to show you in a bit, where to make your accounts and how to get your credentials. First, let's get started by building the first workflow. So this is the setup workflow. And of course, the only thing you're going to need in order to get this started is to make an account with N8N. So you're going to go to n8n.io right here. And you can do this on a free account as well. They've upgraded the free pricing tiers, but all of their tiers now have unlimited workflows that you can run or have turned on at the same time, which is great, a great update. So you can make a free account. It's free for, I think, 14 days, if you look at the pricing. And then when you've made that account, you're going to see something like I just showed you. And then you can click on create a new workflow. And we're going to call that setup workflow. And what we're going to do is click these three dots in the corner. Oh, by the way, if you want to self-host your own N8N, because this is in the cloud, but if you want to host it yourself and do it well with all the security measures and queue mode, which is what you actually need in order to set this up for scale, you can find this page right here, where we have our own AI agent launch service. We set up your entire environment of N8N in your own cloud so that you can host it yourself. We give you a security audit that you can actually show to your clients in order to, or potential clients, in order to reel them in. It's a very professional audit that shows that you not only host your own data, use advanced technology, but also to prove that you know how to be compliant with the data and the agents that you're building for them. So that's a very interesting one. And also after delivery, you get a 60-minute onboarding / consulting session with me, where I show you how to maintain it, how to build agents in N8N, and get you familiar or answer any questions that you have on setting AI agents to your clients or building them for yourself. So if that sounds interesting to you, make sure to visit that page and read through that. All right, so what we're going to do, but this is just a cloud version because it's easier to make a demo cloud environment. So hosted by N8N, not by ourselves. All right, so what we're going to do is click these three buttons in the corner, and then we're going to click import from file, and we're going to grab that file. Let's see. Instant agents. All right. So this is what we're going to be using today. And this is way better than what we did last time, or it's much quicker, because as you can see, the only thing we have to do basically is fill out this form, and then it runs through all of these HTTP calls. And first it's going to create your agent in Vapi. Then it's going to create that leave a note tool, then the search web tool, then the create book meeting tool, and then create a phone number. And then you already have that 3-hour setup agent in instantly in just a few clicks. So that's what we're going to do. Now let's read through these steps to get you familiar with that as well. The first step is create an empty workflow with a webhook. So that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to go back to personal, click create workflow, and then this is going to be our server URL workflow. We're going to add a webhook right here. So we're going to click this, add a webhook. All right. Set it up for post, and then just call this server URL, which is what we're going to use in Vapi. All right, and what you're going to do is, you see these two tabs. You're going to click the production URL tab, and then copy that. Now you're going to save this, put it on active. Oh, by the way, what we're also going to do is put this right here, respond. We're going to set that to using response to webhook node. Then we're going to click this plus here, and then we're going to add a webhook response node. And then we're going to put that on JSON. And we're going to make this result success. All right, perfect. The reason for that is, yeah, everything. Oh wait, that's not even actually necessary because we're going to be importing that blueprint, of course. So that's already going to be done. I'll show you what I mean by that. So the first one is create an empty workflow with a webhook. Okay, and then grab that webhook, so copy it, the production URL, and then add it right here. So that's the second step. Add that webhook to the form. Oh, wait, but before we do that, of course, you're going to have to set up your Vapi API. So let's do that first. Most of you people who are already watching this probably already have a Vapi account, have watched more of my videos, and done something like this before. But for those of you who are not familiar with Vapi, because as I've said, this is also a beginner-friendly video. It's not necessarily a very in-depth one that explains to you how everything works, but it will give you that first advanced instant agent. So what you're going to do is go to Vapi.ai. You're going to make your account there. So it's going to look like this. Let's see. How do I do that? Let's see, incognito. I want incognito so I can actually show you guys. Okay, so this is what that looks like. And, oh, I'm already logged in here. I really need an incognito. Vapi.ai. All right, perfect. So, wait, what? Is this new? I haven't seen this before. Voice AI Weekly, that's new. But why? Oh, I might have misclicked. Okay, so you're gonna go here, Vapi.ai, dashboard.vapi, and then you're going to create your account, and you get 10 credits for free, so you can already get started with that. And then you're going to see something like this. It can be completely empty, as you see. Everything we're going to do is from the ground up. Everything is empty right now. Even the tools are completely deleted. So if you see something like this, you just have to follow me step by step, and then you'll have your instantly working agent. All right. So what we're going to do is go, let's see, to Vapi API keys. Select this, copy that ID. And then we're going to go here, and then we're going to create our credential. So we're going to click the create agent. You can leave everything here as is. Then we're going to go here, and then we're going to call this Vapi AI. Here we're going to type authorization, and then here bearer, and then your token. Now I'm not going to show you my token in this video, but basically that's where you add your token. So what we're going to type is bearer, spacebar, add that token that we just copied, and then we're going to save it. All right, and now it's connected, so now we can interact with Vapi, and with the second one, oh, it's already connected, so that's perfect. Right. Okay, all of them seem to be connected, so that's great. That means that we can already get started and build this inside of Vapi. Now let's save that. And then what we're going to do is, all right, so as you can see, we start out with an empty Vapi. We don't have an assistant. We don't have a phone number. We don't have any tools. But if we now grab this serve URL, production URL, and then go here, and then go on form submission, and then execute workflow, we're going to be prompted to give our server URL. And if we submit that, it's instantly going to build that entire assistant that took us 3 hours to build in the last video. It's already completely set up. So let's see. Here we go. If we refresh our tools and our assistant and our phone number, then you'll see that everything is completely connected. So we have the book meeting tool, we have the search web tool, and the leave a note tool. In assistants, we have our assistant, as you can see. And in, let's see, what does it look like? Yeah, all right. And in our phone numbers, the phone number is currently activating. Perfect. So we have our entire agent. Now there's a few things we still need to do. First of all, we're going to have to add this URL, so the server URL. we're going to have to add that to Vapi as well. So if we go back to Vapi, go to settings, and then org settings, we're going to have to set this to the server URL. So here we go. If it's not loading up, I said this in my last video as well, sometimes you have to wait for a bit for some reason in order to be able to change the server URL. But you should eventually be able to change that. And this just means that if Vapi has to do something but it doesn't know what to do, this is the shortest way of saying this, it's going to request some response or solution from your server. So for example, if you have a phone number and a call comes in, but you don't have an agent attached to that phone number in Vapi, like you can do right here. So if we go to our phone numbers, we're done in 20 seconds, but we can add an assistant to that phone number right here. But if we don't do that, it's going to request that assistant from our server. So a question mark comes in here, and we have to answer with the type of assistant that has to pick up the phone, which is actually what we want. Because this is the next step. We're going to go here to requirements. And we're going to scroll down right here. And we're going to copy everything inside of here. You don't have to change anything. Just copy that entire thing. All right. And then paste it in here. So just Control V and paste. And as you can see, everything is already completely set up. So if we go, let's see, this one. Yeah, so if we click this webhook right here, and then click this, copy all of that, then we already have some data to work with. Wait, actually, everything is now connected to webhook 1, I think. Right? If we go here, get availability, get last conversation, save call, okay. If everything here says web 1, then this is going to be the node that we're going to use. So let's load this up. Yeah, these are a lot of variables because we're saving yeah, this webhook 1. All right, perfect. So what we're going to do is actually delete this one. Let's copy that path, delete it, and then go here. And then add this to the path of webhook 1, save it. And then we already have our entire agent from the last video. The only thing we have to do is get the credentials. So as you can see right here, this is what we're going to need in order to completely set it up and have it working like we did in that 3-hour video. So we're going to need a Vapi account. Well, we already have that. The bearer token, we already have that as well. But what we also need is a Tavily account, Supabase account, OpenAI, and Resend. So I'm going to go through each of those one by one. First one is going to be Supabase. It's a very quick and easy one. All you have to do is go to supabase.com. Create an account. You can start a free project. I showed you how to do that in my last video, but it's really straightforward. And once you've started your project, you're going to see something like this, your project overview. It might be that it has to initialize that project for about a minute, and then you get access to everything in here. And then the only thing you really have to do is go to project settings right here, and then go to data API, and then you copy your project URL, and then we're going to go in here. So this server URL, we have the setup workflow, but also the server URL. So we're going to go to the server URL that we just created, and then we're going to go to save call. So this is a Supabase node, and all we have to do is click select credential. This is the slow one because after each call we get something that's called an end of call report, where all of the information about that call is sent to our server so that we can do stuff with it. But it's also quite a big one, so that's why this one might take a bit longer to load up. All right, so you're going to add your host in there. And then one key that is very important that you shouldn't share with anyone ever is going to be your server URL key. So this is one that you can share with anyone. It doesn't really matter. It's your public key for anonymous users. But the server's role key, that's going to be one that you don't want to share with anyone. So that's why I'm going to do that off screen for now. Going to click reveal, going to copy it, And I think, yeah, this is hidden. And you're going to put that in there. And then if you save it, it should already be connected to Supabase. All right, perfect. And with Supabase, one more thing you're going to have to do is, if we go back to this one, so the setup, what was it? Setup workflow. Click that requirements node, the top one, copy everything in there. Go back to Supabase, go to SQL editor. This is going to be completely empty for you, or perhaps it's going to look something like this. Paste everything in there, hit run, and well, since I already have the table, I'm not going to do that, but because I get an error. But if you don't have, the calls table already exists, but if you don't have that, it's going to say something like no rows returned, and that means that you successfully created this table, which is going to look like this, which is going to store all of the data from all of your conversations. So that's great. You can manipulate that and build with that if you want to tweak your agent. And that's what this is right here. All right, so that one's set up. Now let's do that with this one as well. All right, perfect. Now Supabase is completely connected. So that's the first one. Let's check. What's the second one that we have to set up? Our Tavily account. All right, perfect. Well, this is another very easy one. All you have to do is sign up your account. And you can just do this with a free account, by the way. And then once you're signed up to Tavily, let's see if I can quickly show you that. But basically, you also get a Baron or an API token, and then you can copy that. So it's going to look something like this. You're going to copy that. So you're going to copy your API key. You're going to go back to this server URL. And then we're going to find Tavily, Tavily search. Select credential, create new credential. I'm going to call this Tavily. Name is going to be authorization. And value is going to be, does it have to be bearer or just key? I'm quickly going to look that up. So if we go to the documentation, I'm not sure how we have to authenticate. Let's go here, documentation, authentication. Yeah, bearer. Okay, so we're going to type bearer again, capital B, space bar, and then paste your API key, hit save. All right, so now this one's connected as well. This is what we're going to, what the agent's going to use in order to, how do you say that, search the web. So Tavily is now set up. I think that's all we are going to use Tavily for. Yes. All right, next up is Calendly. Of course, Calendly is also one that kind of speaks for itself. Most of the people watching this will already be familiar with Calendly or something similar. Of course, you can replace this node, Calendly node, with something else. The only thing this does is, this is for the tool to get available before a call comes in. So this is the assistant request. If a call comes in, we're going to first, before we pick up the phone, check our calendar for available time slots. And yeah, then we're going to add that to the prompt of the agent so that even before the agent picks up the phone, it will already have the full list of available dates in the next 4 days for booking meetings. Now, Calendly is very straightforward. You just log into Calendly. Going to show you what that looks like. Let's see. Yeah, here we are. So I really like using Calendly. There's other options. You can also have something like cal.com or Google Meet or any other setups. I think Calendly is the most user-friendly for developers and also integrates very well with different calendars. So that's why I like using this one. You're going to go to integrations. Of course, you're going to have your events set up, as you can see right here. We're going to go to integrations and apps. And we're going to, let's see, API or, API and webhooks. We're going to go there. Then we're going to go personal access token, continue, add a name, NADN, create token. I'm quickly going to do this off screen, but because again, this is a token I don't want to share. Oh, I have to verify my email. Let's do that quickly. Again, if you're not familiar with them, API keys, bearer tokens, you don't want to share them with anyone. So I'm quickly going to go to my email and then see if I received a confirmation. All right, there we are. Copy that token. Right, so this is what it's going to look like. We're going to copy that token, go here, get availability, start time, end time, send body. All right. Header off Tavily. Yeah, no, that's not right. We're going to click here, create new credential, Calendly, type authorization again, type bearer, spacebar, and then the entire token. So again, bearer, spacebar, the entire token. And then what we're going to do is, this is actually one that you also have to change yourself. I just realized. So what we're going to do is, now that you have that token, we're going to go here again. We're going to go to, actually we're going to type in Calendly developer. Because what you want is your URI, or your user identity. Let's see, perhaps we can also get that somewhere else. Profile. No, I'm afraid not. All right, no problem. API reference. So we're going to developer.calendly.com. We're going to click API reference. We're going to scroll completely to the bottom. We're going to go get user, or actually get current user. So the one below that. All right, so let's give it a second. Yeah, here we go. Oh, this is already, no, this is not a real bearer token. All right, so that token that you just created, you're going to paste that in there. I'm quickly going to do that off screen, I think. Yeah. All right, let's see if I can do it like this. Edit blur. All right, here we go. So I quickly blurred my token. So you're going to put that in there. Make sure to select bearer auth and not OAuth. And then scroll down. And in the response example, you're going to click send API request, of course. You're going to scroll down. And right here, you're going to select this entire. Oh, that's not right. Oh, I haven't clicked this yet. Here we go. And then in the response that you see right here, you're going to go to this bottom one, URI, and select that entire thing. So that entire URL. Then we're going to go back to here and replace everything that's in here with that entire URL. And then we can check it by running it. Oh, let's see. Let's copy this. You don't actually have to do this because it should already work, but just to test it for now, see if this works. There we go. All right, so this is our entire availability. So that's great. Let's see. Oh, these are our busy times. In any case, we formatted this in a way that the AI will understand it. So now Calendly is set up as well. Let's see, do we have anything else? Send email, resend. Is resend the only thing left? Oh, this one has to be connected as well. Let's go here. Oh, it's already selected. You only have to click it and then it recognizes it. So let's do OpenAI as the last one and then do resend. Here we go. So next one we're going to do is the OpenAI platform. So OpenAI also has ChatGPT, of course, but we're not working with ChatGPT. We're working with the API. So that means you're going to have to type OpenAI platform. And if you type that, you're going to come here. And then you're going to register an account there. And if you register an account, you have to top it up with, I think, at least $5. And if you do that, then you get access to the API. And perhaps you already get an API key at the very start, if I remember correctly. But if you don't, then you can just go here. So go to settings right here, go to API keys. You don't need to worry about organization or anything like that. Create a new secret key. And for now is NADN, subscribe, and like. So if you like this video, subscribe, like, and let me know in the comments, of course, because many comments that I get, or actually all of the comments that I get on my videos are really motivating to do better videos and more videos. So yeah, be sure to keep that in mind. All right, name, and then subscribe and like. This doesn't really matter. You can call this anything. Project's going to be default project. It doesn't really matter as well either. And then create a secret key. Now, again, I'm not sure if it's actually going to show that key, so I'm going to do that off screen. Yeah, it partly shows it. All right. And then you're going to copy that key that you get, and then we click done. And then we're going to go back and then create new credential. And this is going to be our API key. Now you don't have to type bearer, you can just paste it in and it will already work. Don't worry about organization ID. Just click save and it should be connected. All right, perfect. So this will work as well. And the very last step in order to set up that instant agent is our email. Now what we're using for email is Resend. Resend is a bit more complicated because what you're going to need is to set up your domain, your DNS. Basically, it's not that difficult of a setup. The only thing you have to do is go to something like Namecheap, for example, or any other domain provider. And then create an account there. And then buy a domain. It can literally be any domain that you want. Like my awesome company, or this and then .com. And they can buy that domain. And then if you create an account with Resend, I can't really do this on screen because I don't have a domain right now available at hand to show you this. But all you have to do is create an account, a free account with Resend. So click get started, create an account, and then you're already in the onboarding flow, which prompts you to add a domain name. So if we go here, then we buy this domain, for example, is registered, and then we can add our DNS. Now Namecheap, if I remember correctly, isn't actually that quick with domains, but something like Squarespace or any other domain provider is a lot quicker when you're adding DNS records. But you're going to have to figure that out. So Namecheap is a good one. Squarespace, domains, I've used that one as well. Of course, these days we just use Vercel, but that's a bit more complicated to set up. We're just going to need Someplace or GoDaddy, also a great choice. That one's actually perhaps the best choice. Cheapest domains for with the best and fastest DNS. But you're going to set up your domain here. Add that to your account. Once you have it, then you're going to make your account with Resend. And then you're in the flow of adding your domain. And then, all you have to do is add your DNS records, hit refresh. And then once your domain is connected, you can actually use it. And then you're going to see something like this. So I'm going to show you that right now. Let's see, Resend. Once you have your domain set up. Of course, if you don't want to use that, you can also replace all of these with Gmail or Outlook nodes, or any other email provider that you use. All right, so this is what it's going to look like. One moment. Logs, domains, yeah. So when you're logged in, it's going to look like something like this. And then again, probably you will have your domain set up. This is a production domain account for us, so I'm not going to show you the list of domains, but you have your domain set up. And what you're going to do is click API keys, create an API key, awesome video, click add, and then again, not sure if it shows it. Yeah, okay. Or we can just copy it without showing it. Not a sensitive key that you shouldn't share with anyone, of course. And then we're going to go to all of these. And the only thing we have to do is add another credential. Call this Resend. Name, authorization, value. This time, everything, always when it says authorization, you should have to type bearer and then spacebar and then your token. So again, it looks something like this. Bearer, spacebar, and then your random token. So in this case, bearer, spacebar, token, save that. And then it should instantly connect to all of those Resend nodes. So here we go. Perfect. All right, so now you're Complete agent, that took us around 3 hours to set up. In our last video, is set up instantly in no time. I think it took us just a few minutes, perhaps 10 minutes to set this up. So that's the first phase, and now we have an agent that we can actually work with in order to build something cool with this new GPT-5 model. But before we do that, I did a quick test call, and I noticed that we do have to make one very small tweak. Now, perhaps I remember not to update this in the templates, so you don't have to do this. But if I forgot, then you have to go to get last conversation, and you have to change this operation from get to get many, and then put the limit on 1, and then turn this into equals. So that's the first thing. And the second thing is that we're going to have to update the assistant ID. So this is the wrong assistant ID. We have to go here, because of course we generated a new one. We're gonna have to go here, copy that. So if we go to Vapi, assistants, sales agent 2, and then copy this, and then go in here, and then open this up, and then remove all of this, and then replace it with this. Now it should work as expected. So that's a quick fix. Now let's get on with testing the agent and also building something cool with GPT-5. And another quick but important fix. Right now, the agent that we've built is still has references to ideas of tools that don't really exist. So what you have to do is go to your assistant in Vapi, right here. Scroll down. So here we have model, voice configuration, go to tools, and then remove all of these, and then add the tools that we just built, and then publish. And now your tools should be connected to the assistant. All right, so let's first test this agent out. So we're going to make a quick call, and since I'm recording all of my videos with my phone, I switched to my webcam just to show that I'm making the call right now. All right, so if you go to your assistant, there's a few things that you can tweak and figure out for yourself. In order to test the agent, I've already chosen the GPT-5 Nano version. I think that's the best version for using GPT-5 in your AI agent right now. Also, I noticed that it might be on 11 Turbo v2.5, and I think the 11 Flash is much better. So I would advise you to go to your voice configuration and then choose 11 Flash instead of 11 Turbo v2.5. And I also chose a different voice. Now you can choose any voice, you can play around with this, but I chose Edward. I think Edward sounds pretty good. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to make a quick call. We're going to see which features of our agent we can start testing now. And after that, we're going to add some additional analysis configuration to our agent. So let's make a call right now and see if it works. Let me know what you think of the call in the comments below, and if we could prove anything. So yeah, here we go.
Hi, this is John. How may I help you?
Hi, John. Can you hear me?
Hi there. Yes, I can hear you. How can I help you today?
Could you tell me more about what you guys do?
Absolutely. Flyrio is a Dutch AI company focused on making customer
Oh, you're a
interaction
Dutch company.
smarter and yes, Flyrio is a Dutch AI company based in Deventer. We specialize in conversational AI and workflow automation for SMEs and agencies, helping them deploy AI-powered assistants across phone, SMS, WhatsApp, and email with 24/7 availability and automated scheduling.
Okay, that sounds good. Could you make, I'm sorry to interrupt you, could you make that more practical for me? I own a car dealership and I really don't know. I know that I have to do something with AI, but I don't quite know what yet.
No problem at all. Let's make it practical for a car dealership. Here are a few concrete ways Flyrio can help you right away. 24/7 customer assistant for inquiries. Answer common questions. Truck models, trims, pricing, financing options. Schedule test drives and service appointments.
It sounds like you're just giving me a list of random things. I really don't understand what you're saying.
I'm sorry it felt that way. Let me boil it down with a concrete example for a car dealership.
Actually,
What
could you
Flirio
look
can
us
do
up?
for you in practical...
Our dealership is called
Sure.
John's Car Dealership. So John's Car Dealership. Perhaps you could look us up.
Great. I can help with that. I don't have direct live web browsing results about a specific dealership named John's Car Dealership unless you provide a link or location. If you'd like, I can search
Well,
the
you
web
can,
for
yeah,
your
you can just
dealership
search
to
the web.
tailor examples.
I think we're one of the top results.
I ran a quick web search for John's Car Dealership in the Netherlands, including Devon. It's possible the business goes by a slightly different name, John's Car or John's Auto, or is a local, smaller outfit not showing up prominently. If you can share a link to your site for the exact business name and location, I can pull more precise details and tailor recommendations. In the meantime, I can outline how Flirio could help
Could
a
you
car
perhaps
dealership like yours based on...
leave a message for the team in email to call me back or something like that?
Great. I have noted your request and left a note for the team with the details. Would you like me to set up a call to discuss
Yeah,
tailored
let's
AI
set up a
solutions
call
for
actually.
John's car dealers? Sure. Happy to set that up. I can propose 2 available time slots for a call. 2 next week at 10:30 a.m. Wed next week at 2 p.m. Please confirm which slot works and share the email address I should use to send the invitation. Also, if you have a preferred time zone, let me know.
Yeah, could you say that a little bit shorter? I didn't catch that.
Here are 2 options for a call next week. Wednesday at 2 p.m.
Yeah, let's do that one.
Thursday at 10:30. Great. To confirm your 2 options, they are 1. Wednesday at 2 p.m.
Yeah, the
Thursday
first
at
one.
10:30 a.m. Please share. Got it. Here are 2 clear options. Wednesday at 2 p.m.
You sound very much
Thursday
like a
at
robot. I'm
10:30
just telling
a.m.
you, the first one.
I hear you. I'll keep it simple. Here are the 2 options again.
All right, so that was the call. And as you noticed, the agent is really bad. And the reason for that is we haven't really optimized that prompt yet. And that's the purpose of this video today. So I think GPT-5 is really good, but it's not that great yet because we don't have a good prompt. So what we're going to do is we already have a great analysis after a call. So as you can see right here, after every call, we get this great analysis that's also sent to our email. I'll show you what that looks like. And what we're going to do is we're going to use GPT-5 in order to analyze our conversations on multiple parameters and then try to improve and A/B test both of those parameters in order to autonomously improve our agents. That's what we're going to do right now. I'm quickly going to show you, okay, what does that analysis report look like that we get from the agent. So if we go here, all right, so after every call, we get, first off, of course, we left a note. So this is what that looks like. And of course, you can change that. This looks really bad. You can change the formatting by changing that Resend note. So if you change this note right here, let's see. If you change this node, then you can change the formatting so you can make that into some nice HTML. But this is what it looks like. It gives the actual node and also the phone number for the caller so that someone can call that person back, which is what I asked. And then after that, of course, it also sent an end of call report. This is with every call. This is sent to, so this is the email that I set up with Resend. And after every call, the call is analyzed and then turned to a nice HTML format and then sent to my email. If you want to change that email, you have to go here. And then this is that tool, send email. You could also call that send end of call report. And go here, and this is the email where you get that notification, so the end of call report. Same with the leave a note function. Let's see, send internal email. Yeah, all of these, everything in Resend you have to change into your own email address, or else I'm going to be receiving all of your emails. So you're going to have to change that one and this one. No, not that one. Let's see. This one, and that one. All right. But long story short, after every conversation, based on a transcript, an AI analyzes the call, puts that into a nice HTML format, and then this is the result. As you can see, AI call report, the caller number, that's this. Dial number is this. Score is 3 out of 10, so it wasn't a great call, but it did pass. So here's a summary of the entire conversation, and here are the details. So results, intention, sentiments, AI actions, and suggested improvements. So that's the analysis of the call. Now we're going to expand this analysis in a way that we can also use an AI, meaning GPT-5, in order to actually improve the prompt of the agents, which is what we're going to do right now. So yeah, I'll show you what that looks like. What we're going to do is go to executions. So if you follow along step by step, you should have already made your call by now, tested your agent, and it should work as we just did. And then if we go to, let's see, if we go here. So that's the tool. All right, so we go to our last execution. Let's see, which is this one. And then we're going to copy that to editor, unpin, and save this. All right, so now it should look like this, right here. If we go back to Vapi, and if we go to our agent, and then go down, we're going to expand this structured data. So we're going to go here, and we're going to scroll down. We're going to add a property, and we're going to call this improve agent prompts. All right, perfect. So this is a very important one, because right now we're going to build everything we need in order to improve this agent and analyze it. All right, so we're going to go here, and we're going to mark this as required, and we're going to call this an object, and then we're going to go here, and then we're going to, let's see, prompts. You will get the transcription and summary of the conversation. I want you to extract some analysis data points from it. Let's see. Oh yeah, we're going to add properties. So we're going to go here, add property. And what we're going to do is actually analyze the conversation based on a few parameters. First one is going to be personality. Another one is going to be... All right, so I quickly switched back to my camera. So we got to keep that production quality high, of course. All right, so yeah, first one is going to be personality. So we're going to judge our agent on how is its personality. Another one is human. That's just, we can call this anything. Likeness. Human likeness. Does it actually sound human? Another one is going to be tool use. Another one is going to be spelling. We want it to be able to spell well. Another one is going to be, let's see, what's also important. General behavior, that's kind of personality. Interaction, I think this is actually good. Of course, once we have this set up, you get the point, and then you can expand on it and change it yourself. Personality, so what are we actually analyzing? That's the description that we're adding here. In this case, personality. Analyze in 3 sentences, improve the personality instruction, the agent based in maximum of 200 words. Refactor, that's a better one. Refactor the personality instruction of the agent in 200 words. All right, and the same thing with this. Refactor the human likeness, instruction of the agent in 200 words. And the same with tool use. Instruction and spelling. Another one. The spelling instruction of the agent in 200 words. All of these are required after every conversation. All right. And then we're going to publish our agent. All right, so, okay, so it looks like everything is removed, but if you refresh the page, it actually does save correctly. So if we go here, and then go here to suggested to improve agent prompt. There we go. These are all the things that our agent is going to be. Do we have all of them? You have the description? Yeah, okay, that one's saved. Okay, perfect. So these are all of the things that our agent is going to be judged upon. So what we're going to do then is, let's see, how are we going to do this? We're going to get that end of call report, and then we get the analysis of the conversation. Oh, one important thing that we actually have to add is we have to go here to calls. We have to add another table. So if you go to Supabase, which is this one right here where we created the calls table. If we go to a new table and then add assistants right here, and then we're going to call this assistant ID. Make this a UUID. Created that, you can leave that as is. And then this is going to be the prompt, so the prompt of the agent. Or actually, we're going to divide the agent into several prompts. So the first one is going to be in different components. So the first one is going to be static component, and that is going to be text. Another one is going to be each of these. So if we go to Vapi and then go to improve agent prompt, what we just made, go to spelling, call this prompt spelling components. All right. Let's add these because we have 4 of them. Okay. And another one is going to be tool use. So that's going to be tool use component. And another one's going to be personality. So prompts tool. Okay. And then again, you're only removing the word spelling here. Personality. And another one is going to be human likeness. Perfect. Remove spelling. Here we go. So each of them are prompt, and then the parameter, and then component. That's what we're going to call it. And then each of them are also text type. Text, text, text. And then turn enabled. We're going to call the next one my turn. So you're going to add a column. This might not make sense to you right now in any way, but once we finished building this agent, then you're going to see what the incredible power of this setup is and can be. So just follow along step by step, and then this will work for you as well. The next one we're going to call my turn, and we're going to make this a Boolean. So we're going to scroll down, and we don't really have to add default. Then we're going to click save. And then we have a new table, so that's a great thing. If we go here, assistant, personality, my turn, prompt. All right, perfect. We're gonna insert a row. Now, assistant ID you don't really have to change. Created at is also already filled up, and static is going to be whatever we already have for our agent. So we're gonna go back to this right here. Right, and then we're gonna go here to the prompt. All right, so everything that is not dynamic, we're going to change here. So this is the entire prompt. Let's see how we're going to do this in a smart way. You're helpful and friend. Actually, what we could do in order to make this a bit easier for ourselves, let's put this in ChatGPT first. Write this out in English exactly as it is. I really, this is going to make it a little bit easier to edit, because right now it's just one big paragraph. It's barely readable. If we put it in ChatGPT and change it like this, then we'll be able to read it and then figure out what is going to be the same for every call and what is going to be different. All right. Okay, and if we go here, back here, and then go here. All right, so this already looks a lot better. You're a helpful, friendly sales assistant working for Vlireo. You can answer questions, book meetings, leave internal notes for the team, and search the web for up-to-date information. The current date and time is okay, perfect. Now the next thing we're going to do is go here to ChatGPT and then ask it this, tell it this, what you just wrote is the prompt we made for our agent. As you can see, it has certain variables in it. Below you can see what the result, no, actually that's not quite necessary. Variables in it. Is this the best way to do it, actually? Let's see. We're building this with static, all right. Prompt spanning components, prompt tool use components, prompt personality component, and prompt human likeness component. All right, we're gonna go here. You can use the following tools during the call: leave note, search web, and book meeting. Before using the book meeting tool, you must first ask, right, all right, so this is how we're going to do it. Right is below. So this is what you're going to type at the bottom. You can actually forget what we did here. Only if you want to make this more readable, you can give it to ChatGPT, ask it to write it out, and then it's going to add like these new lines. But below we have a set of instructions that we want you to take into account when having your conversations. All right, so the first one is everything below this. Everything below or in between these three stars below is your static, is your system highest level prompt. This must never be changed and is the leading prompt. All right, we're gonna put this in between stars. Now, of course, there's a million ways to do this. This is just the easiest way for this video. And then we're going to add 2 stars at the bottom here as well. So that's going to be the static prompt. This, whatever you have, if you already have an agent with Vapi and you already have a prompt or certain prompts, you can just add that in here and then make it match the tools or add your own tools/functions, and then it's going to work out of the box. Or you can just use this one. All you have to do is read through it, everything that's in here that is already comes with the blueprint, and then change it into what works for you. So you're going to change the name of the company, of course, and everything here is the summary of Vlireo. You're going to change that into your own company, etc. All of the variables you're going to leave as is. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add the optimize responses prompt. So below are your optimize conversation results prompts. These are the prompts. These are the instructions on how to behave that we optimize and A/B test for. These are the actual behaviors that govern how you interact with the caller. All right, and then we're going to go here, and then we're going to call, grab this one, prompt spelling components. Caller. Each component has its instruction between double brackets, like this. Instruction here. All right, perfect. Here they are. All right, prompt spelling components, that's the first one. The second one is going to be prompt tool use components. And then another one is personality components, of course, just paste all of them in there. And then human likeness components. And then my turn, you don't have to add in here. So prompt spelling components, prompt tool use components, prompt personality components, and prompt human likeness components. Now, since this is already always in there, we don't actually have to add this as the static. We can remove the static one because the static prompt is the one that you put in there. So we can delete that. That one's actually not necessary. Perfect. Then what we're going to do is load in those variables. So we're going to simulate an assistant request. We're going to go here, look at our history. Now, of course, you see 59, 59, 59, and then 11, 11, 11. And that's going to be an indicator of, okay, what is going to be the assistant request, which comes first, which is going to be my tool call, which is the second one. And then the third one is, of course, end of call report. So that means if we go to the first one of 11, that's going to be our assistant request. Now, how do you check this? Because we need the assistant request. Oh, that's a tool call. Okay, guess not. Let's see. Then what's the assistant? Oh, perhaps we had a longer conversation. So sometimes you have to kind of look at it. What we need right now is we're going to go to executions, and then we're going to find the execution that if we go to the webhook and then go here, it says assistant request with the type. And if you find that one, all you have to do is copy it. So copy this, and if you accidentally click somewhere here, make sure to click on the top one, select that one, then copy selection. Then you have it as well. Then we go back to the editor. We go here, and we change it. Select everything, remove everything, and then add it. Save, and then we're going to simulate that request again. So this is like, we're not actually, this is as if we were making a call to the agent, and Vapi sends us a request to the server to respond with an AI. That was what we're simulating right now without ever having to actually make that call. All right, format dates, get last conversation. All right, and then what we're going to do is add another Supabase node. Click between here on the plus, add a Supabase node, Supabase, and then get a row, and then get my turn live agents, just call it something like that. Go to assistants, add conditions, and then my turn is true. Perfect. So that's the assistant we're going to grab. Oh, there's none with true. Oh, we haven't set those yet. Let's see. Yeah, insert row. Insert row. Okay, let's actually set these up so that you can actually get a feel of how this one works and how to spell it. And then if I write it out, then it will make a little bit more sense to you. Prompt spelling component, make if the caller/user has trouble telling you their email address or their phone number or anything else, ask them to use NATO spelling for it. All right, this will help understand them. All right, that's the first one. Tool use component, always ask for the necessary information before executing a tool. All right, prompt personality component, be kind, assertive, and prompt personality and not pushy, for example. Human likeness components, don't ever make lists, only write in paragraphs without any formatting. The reason that this is important is because you have an orchestration model. Vapi has a transcriber, which turns speech into text, then an LLM, which is the brain, which turns writes response. So it gets a text, just like ChatGPT. It gets that text and it generates a response, and that response in text is then through 11 labs, the text-to-speech model is turned into speech, and that's what the person hears. So the problem is that, unlike a speech-to-speech model, for example, this Vapi model, someone says something, and then that is turned into speech, and then the response, which is written, is then literally said out loud by a voice and not interpreted. So that means that if the LLM, so ChatGPT, generates like a bullet list, then it's actually going to sound like something like that. So if the agent, for example, is asked to give some time slots, which you heard in the call earlier, it's going to say Wednesday, 12 p.m., afternoon, Thursday. So like you would say it in a list, not like we have availability on Wednesday, it's on the afternoon, but we also have, it's not going to do something like that. So that's why things like these small prompts actually matter. Don't ever make lists, only write in paragraphs without any formatting. And make sure to use short sentences. All right. And then my turn is true. Save. All right, and then we're going to duplicate this. All right, so we're going to duplicate this. And then we're going to go here and then insert another row. And we're just going to copy whatever's in here. So we're going to copy this, put it in there, copy this, put it in there, copy this, put it in there, and then copy this and put that in there. And then this one is going to have my turn false. All right, so these are A and B assistants. Let's see. So that's what it's going to look like. We can close this one now, this one as well. All right, and then if we go back here and then run this one, it should grab only one item. All right, perfect. And then if we go here, let's see, this one is referencing this one, so we're gonna have to fix that. Analysis summary. Let's see. Let's copy this, analysis summary, type that here, and then go here and then analysis summary. So this one is green again. All right, so this is what it looks like. And right now we can add each of these below here. So we're gonna do this. Copy that below every component. All right. And then add some of these. All right, and then prompt spelling component is gonna go here. Prompt tool use component is gonna go here. Prompt personality component is gonna go here. And human likeness component is gonna go here. All right. Now what we can also do, by the way, is if we go to Vapi and then go to the transcriber, this is just a quick tip. Let's see, this is, oh yeah, we don't have to change that. All right, if we go to transcriber and then go, oh, this is already turned on. Yeah, that's a great one to turn on, to turn it into actual digits. That works better in transcription. All right, so this is going to be the prompt. So this is now going to be the entire prompt. And we're, after every conversation, so execute step, This is going to be the prompt that's inserted into the webhook. Now we can check that in order to make sure that this is correct JSON. So we're going to copy everything that's in here after we've executed it. Go in here, put it in there. And if this doesn't give an error, then you know you have a correct JSON. It should, because it's stringified. All right. And then after this, after the phone is picked up, we have to switch the agents. So if we go here, or actually, do we have to do it here, or do we have to do it after the end of call reports? Let's have some forethought. Yeah, this is actually a good way to do it because it's more reliable. Supabase, gonna go here, or we're gonna actually copy this one, so you can just copy it and then paste it. There we go. Switch. We're gonna call this switch my turn live agent. Perfect. And then turn this into updates and turn any selection. This is going to be assistant ID. Get my turn live agent equals field value is this right here. All right. And then the only thing we have to do is my turn is false. We got the true one, we put that to false. Or rather, actually that's a bit too soon because we also have to turn the other one to true. All right, let's undo that. Let's go in here. Let's see, it doesn't really matter which one we do right now, so just turn any of them because they are duplicates, so it doesn't really matter. Turn any one, if you followed my step, just turn one of them back to false. Because of course, first we have to turn the other one to true. Here we go. Switch, turn my agents live. Okay, name doesn't really matter as well either. If we go here, my turn equals false. We have to put the false one to true. So my turn is true. Because for the other one, we already have an ID. So let's see, what are we selecting on? My turn equals false. Let's see. Okay. It doesn't really output anything. Let's check this. Oh, it's not saved. Okay. This one to false. Save it. Okay, if we go back here. Equals false, turn that to true. Okay, always output data. Go to the settings tab, use this. Always output data, because we don't actually need data, but that way we can continue the flow. And then with this one, equals assistant, so the one that we just made. Make it turn to false. Perfect. So after the call, they switch. Let's see. And then we have this right here. Perfect. Let's clean that up. And then this is the first part. We get that assistant and then we switch them on or off. All right, so there's a few small things that we actually have to add in order to make this work well. So if we go here and then find our assistant request again. So let's check this. Go to assistant request. I think it's this one. We're going to need another assistant request. Go here into webhook. Copy that. Go in here. Put that in there. So one thing we need is to identify our current agents that we have to update. So if we simulate making a request and then go to webhook, we're going to have to add is this right here. So for you right now, it looks like this. And what we have to add is hit enter and then write this. So basically how you do that, easiest way for you to follow along is do this, hit enter, copy that exactly, and then metadata, Wait, let's see. We have to copy all of this. There we go. Hit enter. And then we're going to call this metadata. And the prompts, of course, this is going to be assistant ID. And what this is, this will allow us to give the assistant ID to our assistant. And then when it picks up the phone, it will have that assistant ID when it comes back in through here. Oh, let's see. That's not correct JSON. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Oh, we need to add another one. There we go. Oh, let's see. Am I really miscounting this? Oh, there's a comma there. We have to remove that. Will it work now? Okay, I was right. I only needed to change the... okay, it's still wrong. All right, let's check this out. Oh, there's a comma. I'm an idiot. Okay, comma here. So it should look like this. Let's see, open, open, open. Why is this not closed? This one's only open. Closed. 1, 2. This is actually a great, a fun way to count your objects. There should be as many open curly brackets as closed curly brackets. So open, 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 closed. So 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 1, 0. Now it should work. Oh. I can still have trouble with my JSON. All right, let's just copy all of this, put it in here, and see where I'm actually going wrong. Oh yeah, there has to be a comma. Am I still doing something wrong? Let's see. Variable values. Here, metadata, assistant ID. Why am I not seeing this? Where's it going wrong? Okay, open. So this is going to be, this is our object. Then we have our assistant ID, assistant overrides, variable values. Okay, that's an object. Metadata is also just an object. And then we close. So that's this. I'm not seeing where we're going wrong. Overrides has a comma. Assistant over. Oh, everything is inside of assistant overrides. Oh, it should be. Okay, let's see. Okay, that's assistant overrides. Inside of assistant overrides, we have variable values. There's one variable here. Oh, we have to remove that comma. Okay. And then we have to add a bracket here. All right. Okay. It took a while, but this is what it has to look like. Okay, let's see. Assistant ID, assistant overrides, variable values. We have to remove this one. And then this one closes. And then we have to remove this one as well. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 1, 0. I think this is it. No. Is this it? Let's see. Open, closed, variable values. Close. Oh, this one does need a comma. And then metadata is closed, and then, okay, and then add another one here. Now it should work. Here we go. That took me way longer than it normally does. All right, let's go in here and let's clean this up. Oh yeah, of course, this says a prompt. Let's just do it this way. Just make it look a bit nicer. All right, you get the point. In any case, this is what it should look like. Open bracket, assistant ID. Then this is the assistant ID that you have in Vapi, of course. Assistant overrides. yeah, and then we get the metadata of our assistant is given to Vapi, so that when we make our call, our agent will have that, and we can put that in here. Right, so we're going to save that, and then we're going to make a quick call, and then I'll show you how we can set that up. I'm going to have to switch to my webcam again because I'm recording this with my phone, so back in a bit. All right, so let's make a call and show you what this looks like. Here we go. We don't have to make a long call.
Hi, this is John. How may I help you?
Hi, John, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you clearly.
Hi,
How can I
John,
help you
I'm
today?
very excited about this call. I think we have amazing calls.
Fantastic to hear.
You're
We're
absolutely
excited to chat with
terrible
you
at
as
booking
well.
meetings,
How
by the
can-
way. You make very weird lists or something. I really don't understand it.
I'm sorry to hear that you're frustrated. I'm here to...
All right, perfect. So that was the call. I said some strange things just because I wanted to actually do some editing. Because what I did as well, and this is a good thing for you to know, is if we go back to Vapi, everything else is still the same in structured data, but I added this paragraph. Now you can just read it. If I zoom in, you can copy it word by word. Basically what it says is we also want you to upgrade. So this is an instruction on how to actually prompt this. So I just hit enter here and then paste this in there. I'm probably going to add this to the resources in the member community. So if you go to that video, you'll probably find that there. If I forget to do that, you can just copy this and type it over word by word. But this is basically what it says, and it tells the agent how to structure that object, so suggested or improve agent prompt. So if we go back and then find that, oh, it should be here, it will load up in a second. Yes, if we go in here, I'll explain why it gives an error. Unpin. All right, perfect. So it does the exact same thing, of course. It sends an email, but now we're going to set up this one, improve agent parameters. So that's another Supabase node that we add at the end. It's row update assistance, and then select conditions my turn equals false. Now this is actually not what we're going to do. We're going to grab assistance ID and then equals metadata. The agent should now have metadata attached with the assistant ID. And that's actually unique to every assistant. So we know 100% sure that we're updating the agent that we're actually testing during that call. All right. And the things that we're going to change is all of these components based on the analysis. So if we go here, save call, go to webhook, and then analysis, we have the summary, of course, and then we have the structured data. Let's see. Yeah, this is how we're going to do that. Results, the call ended abruptly with the user expressing frustration about the AI's. Okay, not the one we need. Improve agent prompt. Perfect. Add field, add field, add field. And then prompt spelling components. Tool use, personality, and last one is human likeness component. All right, we're gonna add this one there. Let's see, spelling and do we have spelling twice? Okay, let's remove one spelling. Spelling, tool use, personality, and human likeness. Okay, perfect. Tool use, personality, and human likeness. Perfect. All right, we're going to update that. And then also, are we going to turn this one to true? No, because we already did that. So we can just do this, and then it's fine. Execute step. Perfect. Now we've updated this one. And then on the next call, it should use those components on on conversation or agent A. So let's see, that's the one that we fixed. Now let's see, why is that turn to false? Let's see, switch my turn agent live. Okay, let's see. This one should be true. This one should be false. This is the next call, and then, all right, perfect. So now let's make a call and see if it actually improves that agent. And then after that, it should improve the next prompt to the next prompt and keep improving it until you have the perfect agent. So that way you can have the perfect autonomous self-improving agent by adding these components and having it improve its own prompts. All right, let's try this out. And that's how you A/B test them, of course.
Hi, this is John. How may I help you?
Hi, John. Could you tell me more about what you guys do?
Nice to meet you. Flerio is a Dutch AI company focused on making business processes smarter and more efficient through conversational AI and workflow automation. Here's what we do. Ready-to-use voice AI platform. Launch AI-powered assistants for phone, SMS, WhatsApp, and email.
It really sounds like you're just giving me a list of things.
You're right, that came off a bit listy. Let me pull back and share the core value and what that means for you.
No, I mean, you just sound like a robot by listing things. Are you a robot? You don't sound natural.
Totally get it. You're right, and I appreciate the honesty. I'm here to help like a human.
All right, perfect. So this is a call where someone's like, okay, are you a robot? You sound really like a robot. You're just listing things. That doesn't sound natural at all. So right now it's generating that end of call report, which means it's looking at the conversation and it's seeing, okay, how can we make it more natural? So if we're going to look here, we're going to have a quick look at our email because of course we also get that end of call report where we can check what it says. I'll show you what that looks like. So this is the end of call report of what we just did. It said fail because of course it was a bad conversation. Score is 2. Person wasn't happy at all. This is the summary and this is the results, and suggest improvements could improve by focusing on more natural language, listening to the feedback, etc. So that's the end of call report that we get in our mail. But then of course at the end of the conversation, we also want to actually improve the agent parameters. And that's what we're doing here. So as you can see, this is what it did. And then since this is my turn false, the next call will be agent A. So it won't be better on the next call, but on the call after that. So we have an A/B test of 2 agents. And if we check here, sound more human, engage with callers in a natural conversational manner, avoid overly formal or listy response, listen actively to their feedback and adapt your communication style. Okay, perfect. Now, what we can also do, by the way, is in order to make this work better, is we can prompt it this way. The most important thing to keep in mind is that the agent works through an orchestration voice model, which means that the voice of the user is turned into text, speech to text, then it's read by an LLM, which generates a response, and that response is turned into speech, text to speech. If the LM produces Markdown, for example, the agent will literally say things like hashtag out loud for titles. All right, perfect. So this way it actually understands that it's an orchestration model. And if we make a call again, it will make an even better, give an even better result. Now keep in mind, this isn't, this is our B agent. They're being improved separately. And the reason why we're doing this is because this allows you also to, based on the assistant ID, judge how you're going to do this. So if you're a bit more advanced, perhaps I'll do this in a future video. You can manipulate the structured data summary per agent. So one agent has a different instruction here. Agent A has a different instruction here to improve, and agent B has their own instruction. And then you can actually not only A/B test and improve your agents autonomously, but also the actual analysis on the conversation and the AI that judges these agents. So that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing in this video, but also in a future video. Now let's make another call. If that doesn't make sense to you, no worries.
Hi, this is John.
Maybe
How may I
explain in the
help you?
future one. Hi, John, do you hear me?
Hi there. Yes, I can hear you. How can I help with Flirio today?
Do you remember our past conversation, our previous conversation?
Yes, I remember our previous conversation about Flirio and scheduling a meeting. How would you like to proceed today?
Yeah, what I
If
wanted
you're
to say
looking
is I was very, very frustrated by how you just sounded like a robot. You said that you weren't, but you really sounded like a robot. Like you were saying things that made no sense, like you're just saying a list or something. So are you a robot?
I'm sorry about that. I'm not a human, but I'm here to help, and I want to sound clear and help.
All right, perfect. So that's another frustration. It's going to be analyzed, of course, and then that's going to improve its prompt. Now, let's check this again. So we're going to wait for that end of call report. And if it comes in, first I'm going to show you the end of call report in the mail that the either your client or you are going to get in order to improve the agent. But also all of the information about the call, of course, to stay up to date. Now, as you can see, this is what came out: call number, score, evaluation. This is the summary, and this is suggested improvement. AI could improve actively by demonstrating natural language. Okay, perfect. Executions. Here we go. Is this the one? Perhaps this. I think this is the one. Yeah, here we go. All right, and then if we check it here, what does it say? When responding, prioritize natural language and conversational flow. Avoid sounding like you are reciting a script or a list. Robot, acknowledge the feedback directly and reassure them that you are designed to be helpful and clear. Focus on varying your sentence structure and responding contextually to create a more human-like interaction. Ensure your responses... Oh. Here we go. All right, perfect. So let's make another call, and then this is the improved agent. So the first improved version of the agent.
Hi, this is John. How may I help you?
Hi, John. Do you hear me?
Hi, yes, I can hear you. How can I help today? Would you like to set up a meeting to discuss Flirio's AI and automation solutions?
Yeah,
Or do you
could
have
you
another
tell
question?
me what's the 3 services that you offer?
Sure. Here are 3 core services we offer at Flirio. Ready-to-use voice AI platform, launch AI-powered phone, SMS, WhatsApp, and email assistance in minutes with 24/7 availability and automated scheduling. Conversation.
All right, so that's the agent. Of course, you can tweak this in any way that you like. You can change the instruction on how to prompt this. The point of this video is to give you an idea of the structure, to give you a boilerplate or a run-up, and then you can tweak and play with it in any way that you like. So you can change this entire prompt in a way that you like. You can add some data points in here that you can manipulate in your NA-DEN. And of course, also to change in your Supabase environment. But I think this is a helpful video. First of all, we're testing the GPT-5 model, of course. I think the GPT-5 model is really good in conversation. I had LinkedIn posts telling me that I saw multiple posts, but also people in my network telling me that GPT-5 is incredibly high latency. It adds like 5 seconds of latency to your calls. So I was expecting to start with this video with, okay, GPT-5 using it for voice models is absolutely ridiculous. But it turns out that it isn't, and it really works quite well. The latency is, I think, what Vapi says, even lower than the 4 model. So we're using Nano right now, but even the Mini is lower than the Nano version. So Yeah, really excited about GPT-5. I'm gonna make more videos on how to use GPT-5. Also, I think that this is an incredibly powerful feature. Once you get into AI, improving AI at the prompting level, then you can build very sophisticated, very good agents that are better at spelling, that are better at booking, that are better at more natural conversations. If you optimize those prompts and the way that you A/B test and optimize your agents, you're going to have an incredibly big leg up on this game, especially if you also collect your data for fine tuning. And the data for conversation is basically just the messages that you get at the end of call report in a used JSON file. But yeah, if you get familiar with that, this is going to be very powerful for your agency. So in any case, thank you very much for watching, and hope this was valuable to you. Again, if you like this video, make sure to subscribe, leave a comment below. Let me know what you thought. Also make sure to join that member community. You find the resources at /resources. If you want to work with us, there's a tab for that. And if you want to host your own N8N in queue mode, make it ready for scale, actually own everything that you build, and also set it up in a way that's secure and that helps you actually land more clients by having something like security audit, then you can go to that AI agent launch service. And of course, also make sure to join that Discord. In any case, thank you very much for watching, and good luck to you.